Tune In Tuesday at 2. My name is Catherine Rains, and I am honored that you are spending some time with me. I'm going to pause here just for a moment as people come on. Hello, Julia. Sando, I'm not sure if I got the name right. Betty and Leanne. Phyllis, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being with me for the next however long, 20 minutes. Hey, Vivian. Love seeing you all here. Well, thank you. It's my favorite date too, although I'm just now getting used to it. This is my 8th Tune In Tuesday, and it's still a little scary. Believe it or not, all of Tuesday is actually all devoted to planning this, so I don't just do it spontaneously. Hi, Lucy. Hello. Beal, is that the name? Is that your name? And Michelle, thank you, from the UK. I'm honored. I'm honored that all of you are here. So there are 2 things that I want to talk about today. One, I wanted to share how I have supercharged my affirmations. It's something I've been using since I was in my 20s. And I've learned how to use them really well. So I want to share you a couple things, actually 4 ways, that I use to supercharge them, make them more powerful. And the second thing is I want to give you an art demo of my favorite collage paper for the week, which is a self-adhesive foam that you make your own stamp with, which is incredibly easy and fun to do. And there was one simple thing that I didn't do when I first started using it that I'm now doing that I want to share with you so you're successful right away when you do it. Hi, Christine. Lovely that you're here. So let me start with the first topic, which is the deep part of this conversation. Hello, Marie. Affirmations. So as many of you probably know, I've been using affirmations, my whole life probably. Since I was 25, actually. I have my first time I actually used them. But I don't use them all the time. Affirmations I pull into my life when I'm in an expansive mode. I'm doing something I'm growing. I am going beyond who I was before. And I am definitely that now. For the last 1.5 years, my art business has been expanding. I'm expanding with it. So it's been a very growthful time for me. And I'm stepping into kind of a phase of my life that I haven't done before. So affirmations have found to be very powerful when I'm going through those kinds of periods in my life. And I've created miracles, things that you cannot explain any other way except through affirmations. And I've found some ways to make them more powerful because I've also used them when they didn't work. So let me tell you what makes them really work. So first, the basics. Most people know that when you use an affirmation, you use it in present tense. So you say, I am in the job of my highest good. I am. So it's always present tense as if it's already happened. But what's not so basic is these 4 things. One is you have to actually believe that the affirmation you're saying is possible. Like there can't be any part of your brain that says, nah, don't think that can actually happen. Let me give you an example. So one of my affirmations actually it says, I am earning blank amount of money or more, or whatever amount reflects my highest good. I actually have a dollar amount. Now, if I said, and by the way, the dollar amount I think is possible, 100% possible. It's not what I'm making now, by the way. It is a stretch, but I think it's probable. It's something that I can believe. But if I said something like, I am earning $1 million a year. Well, some people do make $1 million a year, but at this moment, I don't see it's possible. So if I said I want to earn $1 million a year, but a part of my brain says, nah, I don't think so. I actually stay in the middle, meaning I don't go anywhere. I stay stuck. I don't move. So whatever affirmation I choose, I have to really buy it. Like this really could happen. And what's interesting about that particular one, I am earning a certain amount of money, is when I originally developed this set of affirmations, which started, I think, June or July 2021, I was saying my affirmations, and I had said them for like a month or 2 at this point, and all of a sudden I upped the amount that I had normally said by 50K. And I was like, oh, that's not my amount. And I realized that that was some kind of message to me being given to me. And they, like something inside was saying, you're going too low. You're actually kind of underestimating what is possible. So I started going with the one that was 50K higher. And then very shortly after that, I hired an art coach who is actually helping me develop, in the background, develop my Collage Joy workshop. And she's making double what my stretch goal is. So that really made me realize, what? My goal is actually not outrageous. It's actually within the realm of possibility. So that was believable to me. So that was one thing. The second thing is that every one of my affirmations has to have some juice behind it, meaning it gets me excited when I say it. So, for instance, and I drop those that no longer have juice. So, for instance, one of my affirmations in the beginning of this period of my life was I am publishing a coffee table book with a retrospective of my art. Well, I said that for a couple months, and I realized, what? I don't really care. I mean, if it happened, that'd be fantastic, but I really don't have that. It just doesn't really get me excited. But what does get me excited are these two. I am working with a stunningly talented studio manager that packs, posts, pitches, promotes, photographs, and manages my art business. That gets me excited all day long. I've even named this mysterious person. Her name is Tammy. By the way, if you're on the screen, if you're her, let me know, because I know she exists. She may not be called Tammy, but that's my imaginary name for her. So it makes it really real for me. And the other one I love is by the way, I love all of them, but the ones that really kind of charge me the most is I am teaching manifestation, non-resistance, joy, and art at Omega, Esalen, and across the planet. When I say that, I go, whew. And when I first started saying that back in June, I really didn't have any path to getting there. I just started saying it. And after a month or two of saying this every day and being excited when I said it, things started coming to me. So first thing that happened was, I think in September, I got offered to do a class for the Mixed Media Art Summit, which I had never taught online before. But it just came to me. I said, okay, that must be the first thing I'm supposed to do. And then I stumbled on an online art course on how to develop art courses. I took that. And then I stumbled on an art coach who actually specializes in doing exactly what I want to do, which is launch a online art course. So she's actually coaching me through the process step by step. And then she invited me to be part of the Virtual Art Summit, which happens in May. So piece by piece, I am actually being shown step by step what I need to do. So all of my affirmations need to excite me. They have to be something like, they give me some kind of feeling of joy when I say them or I drop them. My third supercharge is something that I say at the end of my affirmations, and that is, I say, the path to my highest good purpose and service to humanity is now accelerating. The path to my highest good purpose and service to humanity is now accelerating. This is actually something I borrowed from Eckhart Tolle, which is one of my favorite authors. He wrote The New Earth. And that's what he said right before he got published with The Power of Now. He didn't know that he was going to get published. He was barely even writing, but he started saying this, and all of a sudden things went whoof for him. And that's basically what's happening for me. So when I say that phrase, I actually feel things coming in. Like I imagine things just like opportunities coming to me. And the fourth thing, the last thing I do, right before I end my affirmations, is I say this: all of these things, or something even better, are now coming to me in my highest good way, time, and form, and in a manner that reflects the highest good of all concerned. Amen, aho, whatever I say, one of those things at the end, and that's it. And by the way, I always say or something even better because I believe my mind is limited. I don't think my mind, I come up with what I want, but is it really the ultimate? Like I think small. So I'm leaving it up to the universe to come up with whatever the best version of that's supposed to be. And maybe it's a different thing altogether, which I've had happen too. My affirmations actually produce something different. Okay. that's enough for affirmations, which is a pretty powerful thing. But I want to do something really fun now. I want to give you an art demo of my favorite paper for the week, the favorite collage paper that I've made for the week. Most of you know that I've been doing the 100-day project, and every day I make a collage paper. Originally, I was going to make a different kind of collage paper every day. It's turned into not a different one, but definitely I make collage papers every day, because some of these techniques I actually do several times, so it's several days. And the one I'm going to show you, I've actually done several times because it took me a little bit of time to get it to the way I wanted it. So I'm going to take this off my stand here, and I am going to bring you over. Let's turn this around. Okay, so here's my little art setup right here. As you know, I'm actually using this very cool Canva lamp. Right here. There you go. By the way, if any of you are interested in this lamp, I actually have a 10% discount code. Just DM me, and I'm happy to share it with you so you can get it for a better deal. So what I'm going to be showing you is how to make a stamp of your own. So it's a unique stamp. You're not using someone else's, it's yours, that produces these really cool effects. So this is actually several stamps on top of each other. This is the same stamp, again, several different stamps together. I just love this. One of the cool things about what I'm going to show you is that you can press really hard and get full coverage, or you can get this kind of variation, which I really like as well. I went crazy this morning and just started using the same stamp over and over again. This is multiple stamps. It's interesting. This one is when the actual base of this I hated, but then I started layering stamps on top, and I got some just really cool effects. This one I stamped on back and front, because why not, right? And this is multiple stamps as well. So let me show you what I mean by a stamp. So what I'm using is this. They're Wonder Foam sheets. I think they're for children. You get 20 sheets. I think this probably cost me $10 off Amazon. And the colors don't matter. They come in all different colors, but you just take one of these out. And let me show you what you do. So here is one of the sheets. The fact that it's purple makes no difference whatsoever, because we don't care what color it is. So what you do is you take, actually, one of these. So this is actually one I cut up. So you literally just take scissors and you cut this in different shapes, which I've already done. So this is one of the shapes that I cut, if you can see this. It's actually this from here. I just cut it into a form. And it's got self-adhesive on it. Now, before I take this self-adhesion off, this is the trick that took me a while to learn. You got to take the self-adhesion strip off of what I'm about to put it on. So I take this off first. Actually, this makes it a nice color for the screen. And then I'm going to take it off the little form that I cut up. Oops. Of course, it's going to act up just because I'm doing it on camera, right? And then you put it down on here. The key is you want to put the sticky to the sticky. That is the magic formula. I was putting the sticky, as in this little shape, on the non-sticky side. That didn't work so good. Now I've already actually taken the self-adhesion off a whole bunch of these, so I could just lay them down right in front of you. So I cut these up yesterday, hoping to show you this. Of course, that's the sticky side. So I was hoping they would just kind of like all go. This is a puzzle. There you go. That's where the puzzle goes. So I kind of want to make them variegated a little bit. Sticky. Okay, it must go this way. Of course, there's no right way to do this, but I'm trying to make it right. Who knows? I think that's how I wanted it to go. Yeah, that's good. And it's amazing when you put the sticky on the sticky, these will actually stay, even though I'm going to abuse them quite a bit in a few minutes with paint. Okay, I can't, there it goes. I tried to be like so organized and lay them all out so it'd be so easy. There it goes, right there. It would just be like a puzzle putting them together. Let's put that one real close just to make it different. And then this one goes like that. And the final one goes right here. All right, so now we have our stamp. So then what I do is I find some kind of paper. Well, let me say this first. I'm going to roll out paint on this. I think this is like painter's paper. Painters use this. But I roll my paint out on this because it just makes it, it makes it actually another surface that I can use for potential collage. Let me get my sleeves up before I mess my entire outfit up. So I get some paint on here. And because this is raised, this paint is only going to go pretty much on the raised part of this, which I think is pretty cool. Okay. Now I want to get a contrasting color. So I thought it would be pretty cool to do both of these, but kind of different shades of red and coral. Just going to lay this down here. Put this down here. Put it down. Now I could roll this again like this, just to make sure I get a really nice, or I could just press. We're going to see how it works each way. So let's look at this one first. Ooh, yeah. That one's pretty cool. And it would be really cool to layer on top too, which is what I'm thinking about doing another thing. Now this one I actually rolled. So let's see if there's any difference in rolling it. It's just a little more even. So you can see the whole thing is covered really nice, where I got some little, I kind of like this one better. I like when it's a little odd. Let's see if we want to do anything else with this. Let me do one more. Okay, so this one, just using the paint I have, I'm going to see if I can get any kind of impression on here. Let's see. And in this case, I am going to roll it because there's not as much paint on here. I want to make sure I get as much of that paint on here as I possibly can. Ooh, that's nice. Again, I'm going to put some other stuff on top of here because I like layering. I think it's really cool. So let me put this one aside and show you two more that I did. So this one I am like crazy about, but this is the first one I ever did, and I actually put all these dots on this side, and as I tried to pull the sheets up, just let me say they all came off. So it was a complete disaster, to tell you the truth. So I'm thinking this might look really cool with that yellow on it, since I'm already working yellow. So let me get some yellow. Oops. Get some yellow on all these dots. By the way, it's really hard for me to look at your names and look at if anybody's saying anything while I'm doing this. Although I can see the camera. I can see the back of the camera, so I can see if anyone's saying anything. But it's like I can't chew gum. Oops, that is my paint, just so you know. It's not me. I'm putting out a little bit of orange just to make it a little more interesting, so it's not just one color. But, the fact that there's already blue down here kind of tells me what kind of coverage I have. So there's some spaces here where I don't have coverage. That looks pretty good, and I love the variation of this, because that'll give me a nice effect. Okay, so I think this contrast is going to look really super cool. I'm going to put that down. And you know what? Why don't I do it on here too? Because this is really bland. This is interesting. So I think I'm just going to do it on the side that right here. Well, let's do the whole thing. So press with my hand, as opposed to rolling. Okay, let's see what we get. It's okay. It's getting there. This one's probably going to go through 3 or 4 more layers before I'm happy with it. Let me see if this one came out better. Oh yeah, I like this one. Oops. By the way, what I'm using, I think this is a German dictionary. Someone was moving and she got rid of a bunch of stuff, and I absolutely love that. This is actually 3 layers as well. It's a real light green, and then I put some stripes on it, and then this one's done. I'm not going to add any more to it. Let me see what other play I can do. So I did this one yesterday. Don't like it. Actually, I'm going to hold off on this one because it's dots to dots. We don't want to do that. I think this one's interesting. This is actually that craft paper, and I was playing around with dark paint. So let me get some more paint on this. I love using this craft paper that I've put, I'm using it rolling out. It makes phenomenal collage paper. I don't think I've got enough though, enough paint. You roll a little more on top. And I just love when there's multiple colors showing through. It looks like I planned it, when someone actually sees the paper. Okay, so that one's good. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what happens here. I think this one's going to be, I'm thinking, really good, but we'll see. I'll try a little rolling this time since I'm feeling nervous. Don't ask me why. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, that is pretty cool. And I love how it kind of comes off here. In fact, this is probably right here something that I would use immediately. I'm gonna put this one down. I don't know, I'm thinking I'm done playing with this one. I don't know if there's anything else that I want to put on here, just because it would be fun. So here is another one that I really love. I think this is a beautiful piece, and I think I'm going to put, we're going to do some more yellow on it. By the way, the yellow I'm using is house paint that my bedroom used to be painted in. And so we painted our entire bedroom this color, and I immediately hated it. So now I've got like 2 gallons of house paint that I'm using for my art. I dilute it with white. I add it to other colors. I love the color. I just didn't want it on my wall. I really wanted more of a blue on my wall. So I made these 2. And I like monochronistic. I like when they're all the same color. But I think it needs something else. So I am going to bravely put this down, and hopefully I'm not messing them up. Of course, there's really no messing up because I can always make more. Make more paper. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Now that is super cool. That's done. I'm not going to do anything more with this one. And I love that one too. Just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so these 2 are done. I've got a few done ones. It's interesting, ever since I started this paper project, I have been layering paint like crazy on top of papers I've already done. And I've never done that before. Usually I would just do, I would do a blue or I would do a green. It would just be one layer of something. But I started playing with the jelly pad, and I realized how cool that would be to layer. So here's another one that's got like 4 or 5 layers on it. It's pretty, and I could use it just the way it is, but I thought it would be really cool to have one more layer, or 2, or maybe 3. Who knows? Okay. Let me see if I can improve this one. Yeah, I think this one's good. What do you think? I think that one's done. Or should I add another layer sometime? I would love your feedback. I can go crazy. I can just keep going and going and going. Let's see. What else did I want to do with these? I'm thinking this. Add yellow and orange to this. Let me put some more orange down. I don't know. Doesn't this make you feel like a mad scientist? At least that's what it makes me feel like. Like I'm this, every day, you know, I try something new. I've been researching. Margaret, I know you must be on here. I just can't stop to see your name. Like Margaret will email me and tell me something she's tried. And like, oh yeah, I want to try that too. I mean, literally, I feel like a scientist, but an artistic scientist. An artistic scientist. Now this is getting really variegated, so I think that's going to be even more cool. Let's get double duty out of this by putting it top and bottom. Okay, so here is a paper that I don't really like. So we are going to, there's nothing to lose here. So I can put that there. I am going to roll it a little bit. See what happens. You never know. By the way, oh, here we go. Yeah, that improved a little bit. It needs some more help, but we're getting closer with that one. Let's see about this one. See, before, when I pulled this up, all these dots would come up with it. I think this one's going to be great. Yeah, I like that. Interesting, what I really like is this right here. It's this white part that I'm not so sure about. Is there anything else that I can play with here that would be fun? I'm thinking, let's go for a different color. So by the way, here is my, this is my matte paper. I'm going to let this dry and actually use this for more collage fodder. I will actually do something on top of it. To pull a sheet out here. And I'm going to put a teal down because I'm kind of getting tired of the yellow. Let's see what I can do with that. Oh my God, you should see how much. Here, I'll just show you. I just put down, I don't know, that's a lot. So it's going to be interesting because I've already got yellow on my thing, but I'm going to change this up because I just think that's a stunning color. Like when I play with this, I just want to, actually I like the kind of yellow coming through, to tell you the truth. I want to just kind of keep playing. I don't want to stop. And actually, here is a very similar piece of paper that is now drying, but this is dry. This is from my experiments earlier today. I have a feeling this one is going to be maybe my favorite. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. All right. Huh. I just love orange and teal. Oh my God. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I'm kind of in love. And because I can't leave well enough alone, this one's another dud. I mean, I say dud, it just needs more help. With this, I think would be spectacular. So let me just put one more layer on. Although there's probably enough on here to do this without. Oh, I got a little bit of, I don't want any paint hanging out there. I mean, although I don't mind accidents. That's because I had so much paint on that brayer. I really want just the dots to show, preferably. So, by the way, this is an old Bible. It's pretty fragile. Oh, great. I'm not so sure about this paper because I ripped it, as you can see right there, many, many times. But it's a huge Bible. It's like this thick. I mean, it must be a 100-year-old Bible. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, this one's probably a done one now because I've got a lot of texture underneath. So that's just, I think that's gorgeous. And I think I am going to leave it right there. Now, of course, my hands are a wreck, so I'm going to turn this around. Again. And turn it around for me. Hi. So thank you for coming along for that. For me, it was fun. I hope it was fun for you too. I just love experimenting. And if you weren't here, I'd keep doing it. In fact, when I hang up here, I'm going to keep doing it because the paper's wet. You got to keep doing it, right? It's just too much fun. Anyways, thank you, Claudia and Margaret and Marie. I love you all for being here. Many of you are here week after week after week, or if this is your first time. And if you're listening to the recording, which I know many of you are, thank you. Thank you for honoring me with your time. And I will see you next week for Tune In Tuesday. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Julia. And I'll see you. Bye-bye.